On the night of 20th December 1968, a young couple, David Faraday, 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16, went out on their first date. Wanting privacy, they drove toward Lake Herman Road in California. Unaware of what was coming, a mysterious figure approached them and shot them both, killing them at the scene. This marked the first known killing by the infamous Zodiac Killer. Patterns noticed by police. As the Zodiac continued his attacks, police identified 7 key patterns. He only targeted young couples. His attacks usually happened on weekends or near holidays. He preferred striking in darkness or low light, such as dusk. After murders, he proudly took credit through letters, as if challenging the police. The killings often occurred at popular dating spots. Most victims were killed inside their vehicles. Many murder sites were near water bodies. These patterns hinted that the Zodiac had a possible hatred for women or a general frustration with love or relationships, especially since in 2 of the last 3 attacks, the male victim survived. Breaking the pattern, 11th October 1969. Just 2 weeks after his last known attack, the Zodiac did something unexpected. On 11th October 1969, he hailed a cab driven by Paul Stine at 9:30 p.m. The killer asked to be taken to Maple Street in Presidio Heights. Once the taxi reached its destination, the Zodiac shot Paul Stine point blank, then climbed into the front seat and cut a piece of his shirt to take as a trophy. 2 children saw the entire incident from a nearby second-floor window and immediately called the police. The police encounter. Responding officers unknowingly ran into the Zodiac while searching the area. However, the radio alert had incorrectly described the suspect as a black man, so they didn't suspect him, especially since he was white. When the officers asked if he'd seen anything unusual, the Zodiac cleverly misled them, saying someone ran away waving a gun. The officers left in that direction, letting him escape again. If they had looked closely, they might have noticed bloodstains on his jacket. Evidence and threats. Though he escaped, Zodiac left fingerprints in Paul Stine's cab. A few days later, he sent a letter to newspapers, claiming responsibility for the murder and included a piece of Paul's shirt as proof. This time, he threatened to shoot schoolchildren on a bus, creating mass panic in the city. Police began shadowing school buses daily for weeks, but no attack ever happened. TV stunt the Sam phone calls. On 22nd October 1969, Zodiac called the Oakland Police Department, demanding to speak with attorney Melvin Bailey live on TV Channel 7. During the show, a caller using the name Sam phoned 35 times, though only 12 calls were aired. He gave strange, inconsistent answers to Bailey's questions. Later, investigators discovered that the caller wasn't the real Zodiac, it was a mentally ill patient from Napa State Hospital. The second cipher. Weeks later, Zodiac mailed 2 more letters. One included a cipher more complex than the previous one, which had been cracked in a day. This new cipher remained unsolved for over 50 years until a team of 3 codebreakers cracked it in 2020 using computer software. The decoded message didn't give away his identity but confirmed he didn't call the TV show. In that same letter, he also claimed to have built a bomb and stored it in his basement, offering a possible clue. Since basements were uncommon in the Bay Area at the time, this suggested he might not have lived locally, a possible mistake on his part. Kathleen Jones Incident, 22nd March 1970. On Highway 132, A woman named Kathleen Johns was nearly kidnapped by a man who later resembled Zodiac's sketch. Fortunately, she escaped. When police showed her the Zodiac sketch, she immediately recognized him. Later letters and confessions. Over the next 4 years, Zodiac continued sending letters and cryptic ciphers, sometimes describing murders, other times even reviewing movies. In one letter, he claimed to have planted a bomb, but no explosives were ever found. His final known letter, received on 30th January 1974, stated, "Me is equal to 37, SFPD is equal to 0. Suggesting he had killed 37 people while the San Francisco Police Department had caught none. Police, however, believed only 5 murders were truly linked to his confirmed MO. The rest may have been exaggerated. Profile and suspects. Experts, including the CIA, concluded Zodiac had military-level knowledge due to the style of his ciphers, tactics, and the military-style wing walker boots found at crime scenes. Several people falsely claimed to be the Zodiac, making the real killer harder to identify. Main suspects. Arthur Leigh Allen had a military background and owned a Zodiac-branded watch. But his handwriting and fingerprints didn't match, and he died in 1992. Richard Gakowski physically resembled the sketch, but again, no match in handwriting or fingerprints. Police ultimately investigated 50 suspects, but none matched Zodiac's full profile. Conclusion. Despite enormous media attention and years of investigation, the true identity of the Zodiac Killer remains a mystery. Why he killed, how many victims he had, and whether he is still alive, these questions remain unanswered. The Zodiac Killer continues to be one of the most infamous and unsolved cases in American history.